Hello friends, in this video we are going to talk about macrosomia. Macrosomia is a complication of GDM or diabetes mellitus in pregnancy. Now what is macrosomia exactly? It is an abnormal increase in the birth weight. There are grades of macrosomia. If the birth weight is more than 4 kg up to 4.5, it is grade 1. 4.5 to 5 kg is grade 2 and more than 5 kg it will be grade 3. Now what are the complications associated with macrosomia? There are obstetric complications like shoulder dystocia, brachial plexus injury and increased rate of operative delivery, that is cesarean section, forceps, ventouse. Now what is the management of macrosomia? The very first and practical management is assess the pelvis by a senior doctor. A senior doctor with lot of experience in this thing can actually very well assess the pelvis according to the size of the fetus. So this will decide the plan of management. If the senior doctor with a lot of experience decides that yes, the pelvis is not very well according to the fetal weight, we will go for cesarean section, or it could be a trial of labor, or it could be a normal delivery. But with some objective things, like if the birth weight is more than 4.5 kg, then we directly proceed for cesarean section. Delivery of this fetus with macrosomia should be always be done in the tertiary center, where every possible services are available, like NICU, emergency OT services, like that. Now one of the very big complication of macrosomia is shoulder dystocia. We will talk about shoulder dystocia. Shoulder dystocia is a arrest of shoulder to come out or born after the head is already born. For example, during the normal delivery, the head is born, but the shoulder are not able to come out from the pelvis outlet. Arrest of the shoulder after delivering the head of more than 1 minute, it terms as a shoulder dystocia. There is a one sign that is called turtle sign. That means sudden recoil of fetal head back towards the mother perineum after the head is born. Okay, so what we can see here is that shoulder diameter is more than the head diameter, that is BPD. Now what is the management? First line management is, you if you are a alone obstetrician, you call for the help, you call for the assistance. Episiotomy should be given widely. While delivering the shoulders, suprapubic pressure should be there by the assistants. It's not necessary, if the assistant should not give, the assistant should not give the fundal pressure, but he or she should give suprapubic pressure, so that the shoulder can exactly deliver. Now there are some maneuvers for delivering the dystocia. The first line and very successful maneuver is Mac-Roberts maneuver. It is very important in this thing. This is most successful maneuver. What we do exactly in that thing is flexion and abduction of the maternal thighs. When we do this thing, we actually decrease the angle of inclination, like this here. The sacrum now gets more straighter according to the pubic symphysis. This is pubic symphysis, and these are the sacrum. So when we do this maneuver, it actually along the line makes the line easy, makes the obstetric canal or obstetric way easier so that the baby can be delivered. If the first line maneuver is not successful, then we have the second line maneuvers like Wood's corkscrew maneuver, in which we rotate the baby, Rubin's maneuver, Juskin's maneuver. Juskin's maneuver is when you ask the patient to go on all fours and then we deliver the baby. But these are the second line maneuvers. They may not be very successful. The third line maneuvers or third line management is not easy to do. For example, clitotomy, in which we uh, deliberately do the fracture of fetal clavicles, symphycectomy, these maneuvers are not used today. Last resort will be Zavanelli's maneuver, in which we just push the head back into the uterus so that we can go for cesarean section. So this is how the shoulder dystocia is managed. In practical aspects, first we should try with the macrobuds. And if the macrobuds is not successful, then we should directly go for the Janavelis and then we should go for the cesarean section. But the very important thing here is the pelvis should be assessed by a senior doctor so that we can have a really idea that what is going to happen. Thank you, friends.